Butte recently lost a person who worked much of her life as a waitress, but she was considered an icon in the mining city.
KXLF's John Amy tells us about the famous and infamous Elsie Delmo.
Butte was ruled by the Copper Kings, but one queen ruled the lunch counter.
They talk about people who made Butte, the characters, of Butte's history, and to me, she's right at the top of the list.
I mean, she was an icon here at the M&M.
Elsie Delmo, who died last week at age 79, is being remembered as the longtime waitress at Butte's famed M&M, and she was as salty as she was genuine.
As real as the gravy that you used to have on your hash browns and French fries here. I mean, she was great, and she would lay it on thick, that's for sure.
This small woman had a big heart, but she took no shenanigans and would 86 someone from the restaurant in a blink of an eye. Every customer has an Elsie story.
Sitting right here, right about this spot, and I said, you only have T-bones, is what it said. The sign said, and I said, Elsie, any chance of getting a ground round cheese D with gravy on the fries? She said, all we're having is T-bones. What do you have, honey?
Well, Elsie was well known by the folks here in Butte, but for those out-of-towners who wandered into the M&M, well, let's just say they could be pretty shocked by her colorful personality.
The way you always knew somebody wasn't from here was you saw him looking at the menu, and so she saw him looking at the menu and she gave him his coffee, and he took a drink of it, and you could tell it wasn't up to his standards, and told her that this coffee is cold. She just snatches it out of his hand, throws it in the sink. Problem solver, that Elsie.
What'll it be?
She just
I'll take a ham and cheese.
held a place in people's hearts, even though they may have been amused by her to an extent, but they loved Elsie. Elsie made the M&M what it was.
The M&M, it can't be the same as it was back in those days. And that's not a slight on the M&M. There's some things can't be replaced, some people can't be replaced, and Elsie was definitely one of those people you can't replace.
In Butte, John Amy, MTN News.
And so a reception will be held in honor of Elsie at the M&M right after her funeral on Wednesday afternoon.
The third suspect